Welcome to Manipal Academy of Higher Education, more commonly known as MAHE, located in Manipal, Udupi district of Karnataka. Established in 1953 and granted deemed to be university status in 1993, MAHE holds a A++ grade from NAAC, placing it firmly among the top universities in India. The university is spread across a plateau in Udupi district, a fully Wi-Fi enabled campus that functions as a complete university town where academics, healthcare, sports and student life all come together in one place. MAHE is home to over 44,000 students from 60 plus nations, and supporting them are nearly 3,000 faculty members and over 10,000 support and service staff. The scale here is genuinely impressive. The campus houses professional institutions spanning health sciences, engineering, management, communication, humanities, liberal arts and social studies, making it one of the most comprehensive university campuses in the country. On the academic side, the facilities are hard to match. MAHE has a simulation lab with computer-driven mannequins, an innovation center, a business incubation center, and notably one of Asia's largest health sciences library and one of the world's best anatomy museums. The university also has academic collaborations and training programs with universities in the US, UK, Australia and several other countries, giving students genuine international exposure without leaving the campus. Established in 1953, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, or more commonly known as MAHE, is located in Udupi district of Karnataka. It holds a A++ grade from NAAC and is home to more than 44,000 students from over 60 plus nations. And today we have someone special, Dr. Sharath Rao, Vice Chancellor of MAHE, joining us for a conversation about the university, its vision, its journey and where it is headed to.
AI cannot replace compassion. AI cannot replace empathy. AI will support him to be a better diagnostic person, a better treating person. I want to have at least 100 quantum computing certified engineers in next 1 year. And that is the greatest thing you can do to the society. It was a long journey, almost taken us for 10 years, where we initially concentrated on quantity, then concentrated on a quality. Now we have reached the stage, we have student publication, faculty publication. As a university, we have got a social responsibility. For us, merit is very important. No student who has merit, just because he is not able to pay the fees, will be sent back. That's my promise.
Hello students, today we have Dr. Sharath Rao, who's recently taken over as the Vice Chancellor of MAHE, which is Manipal Academy of Higher Education. You should all know that MAHE is one of the IOAs, which is Institution of Eminence. Very few universities in the country have been given that kind of a stature. And Dr. Sharath Rao has a very big role and responsibility moving forward. He's been there with the MAHE group for quite some time. He was a lecturer and also the orthopedics and now lead of the institution as Vice Chancellor, as we all know. And the question that we're going to talk now is about the next journey of MAHE, because it has a huge responsibility, as I said earlier. And MAHE is doing a lot of things. It's been growing up in the national rankings in NAAC. It's been growing up in the global rankings also. It's been also expanding its portfolio of education, some of the domains that you're getting into. AI is really working on this. So we're going to have a conversation with Dr. Sharath Rao on all these things and more. Right. So the first question, Dr. Rao, thank you so much for joining us today and congratulations for this big responsibility that you have.
Thank you.
How do you feel about this new responsibility, sir?
Yes, I've been in the system for almost 40 years and has been in different roles, has faced challenges in the roles which I have been earlier. I think this is a big responsibility. I know that it's a big responsibility, and the foundation has been laid by previous vice chancellors. It's not that there is something drastic changes will occur, and the changes which we are going to do is looking at the student community, what's happening today, looking at the global market scenario, and the students' needs and what is expectations of a student. And being a multidisciplinary university, we have much more responsibilities for the students, unlike a university which is only technology or health sciences. So we need to give them a collaborative education, which is very important as far as MAHE is concerned. Otherwise, being such a diverse university, if we are still teaching in silos, I think we are not doing good. It's important that whatever we teach will be a collaborative. It will be an advantage for the student, a graduate, when he comes out of the institution. That's my main aim.
So MAHE has been really growing up the ladder in terms of all the rankings, NRF ranking, global rankings, THE, QS and all. And of course, NAAC and everything that you're doing. What will be a next big measurable goal that you would have over the next 3-5 years that you would want MAHE to achieve?
Yeah, for me, yes. Today we are number 3 in an NRF ranking and the best private university according to National Institutional Ranking Framework. And we are national leaders now. So as a national leader, it gives us a perspective for global excellence. For me, getting into top 500 of QS, we are getting into top 10 in research in MAHE. These are all byproducts. Or even having 20% of international students in the campus, 20% of my faculty being international faculty. All these need to be the byproducts of what we do. What I need is a respectable global position for research and acceptance of my faculty and graduate globally, worldwide. And that is what my intention is for mine.
And how would you measure that, sir?
Measure is if I can create what is called global Manipalite, who once he comes out of Manipal will be a successful professional wherever he goes. And that is measurable.
Sir, MAHE has always been very strong in professional courses. It can be management or engineering or medical and so on and so forth. But the humanities side of it has not been, at least the world has not seen the humanities side of the success of MAHE, or if at all there is any success for that matter. So how do you bring in this interdisciplinary learning where a humanities, a science student, a STEM student, a medical student, allied science student, management student, all of them get together and start talking about things? Because for instance, would a person working at KMC hospital also understand how they can use AI to actually be more efficient and more productive?
Cannot be more relevant question than this. Especially for a university like ours, which is very diverse university. I think it will start with the curriculum. Modification of your curriculum so that you will adopt some electives in the program where the student from technology will do it in health science, or a student from health science will collaborate with the humanities, technology with the public policy, with the public health system. And this is what has to happen by giving them the electives. If you want to go to next step, it is flexible credit transfers across the system, which we are going to do. So you can get your credit from humanities, get it transferred to your technology side. Similarly, on the humanities side, wherever the credit system is applicable. Allied health, you can get a credit transfer from technology. That is the second. The third step is creating programs which are interdisciplinary. Health and data science, health economy, and digital humanities, digital sociology, computational molecular biology. These are all technology, health science, humanity merged programs. We already have these programs. There is a lot of students' interest in these programs. After that comes departments, interdisciplinary department. AI in healthcare is one of our department in KMC. And my vision is interdisciplinary institution. That will be the ultimate goal of a diverse university like mine.
So good that you mentioned about this AI in healthcare that KMC is starting, and you've spoken about AI literacy across healthcare education also quite a few times. Can you just elaborate on how the students will gain out of this new tool that you've started?
Tomorrow, we graduate from medical colleges. We have 3 medical colleges under MAHE. We need to make him know about AI language and AI logic. It is not only understanding AI, but also knowing about the bias and limitations which AI produces. Digital health is the future. Genomic is the future. Data, analyzing the data of healthcare or health science is the future. But most important as a medical student is there must be a human element which is incorporated into it. AI cannot replace compassion. AI cannot replace empathy, which is the need for any other doctor. Yes, AI will support him to be a better diagnostic person, a better treating person. At the same time, I must also concentrate on ethical use of AI, which is important both in healthcare delivery and also in research in health science. And it's important for any graduate from health science to understand about data protection and data privacy. And this is my aim. And how we are going to do it? We will have an advanced simulation where the clinical judgment of a doctor is compared with the AI judgment. Now imagine that situation. AI gives you this answer and clinician determines that this is my diagnosis. And if you start teaching them the difference, that will teach the AI limitations, bias which is there in the AI, and the advantages which AI has got. So this we have started already in medical, and most of our doctors are very well educated as of AI usage is concerned, because we even have robotics in our system and people operate with robotics. They understand AI very well for imaging, either in radiology or in pathology. AI is used extensively.
Sir, MAHE is also setting up a quantum computing innovation hub in Bangalore, and with health science applications as a focus. So you are very clear that it's quantum computing with health application, science application. Can you give me more info about this particular thing, and how can students be partaking in this entire journey?
Yeah, I think I will add to that, yes, 25 qubit computing, quantum computing facility which we have started in Bangalore. Yes, we started with data analytics for health science as one of the goals. It's one of the goals. And also for precision medicine. But my goal is still another 2 areas. One is looking at collaboration with the industry. Industry who are having quantum computing facilities collaborate with each other, come out with the new projects. We already had that. At least 6 industries are with us in quantum computing. Then in development of human resources, I want to have at least 100 certified quantum computing certified engineers in next 1 year. And that is the greatest thing you can do to the society. And once you have these 3 things, usage in health science and precision medicine, second is creating human resources in this, third is industry collaboration. The byproduct of this is the 3 outcomes. You will have startups and incubation, which we have an ecosystem in mind. You will have more of IPOs and patents filed. And definitely there will be a lot of publications. So this is our vision in a box for quantum computing.
Sir, interesting you talked of publications just now. MAHE has really moved up the rankings over the last 3-5 years across all parameters and across all rankings also, global and domestic. What do you attribute this growth in ranking? Is it because of the research funding or the research focus that you have? And how do you conflate that with the kind of student outcomes that you have? How do you deal with this entire thing? Because students are looking for something else. Rankings are judging something else. And there seems to be a bit of a confusion about the whole thing as far as students are concerned.
Yes, I think there need to be a balance. Today, imparting existing knowledge is not sufficient for a university. We have to create a new knowledge. Who has to create the new knowledge? is our faculty and students together creates a new knowledge. And that creativity has to be built up in every student when he comes out of the institution as a graduate. If he is not creative, he will have a long path for success. If he is creative, then the path for success will become short. We had an ecosystem here going with us. We looked at first, it was a long journey, almost taken us for 10 years, where we initially concentrated on quantity, then concentrated on a quality. Now we have reached a stage we have fulfilled both. In student publication, faculty publication, quality-wise, yes, 75-80% of our publications are in Q1, Q2 journals. But now we are looking at not outcome and impact. What this publication is going to do as an outcome of it, technology-wise, health science-wise, what clinical changes it's going to make, what patent or startups it is going to do, or social impact. And finally, it's the success of anybody, whether it's a university or an individual, is measured by a societal impact you have.
So the other big challenge that I personally think India is about to face is the kind of affordability. The costs of education has moved northward,
Yes.
and the returns have moved southward in a certain, or at least in the last 3-5 years I've seen all the IIMs data of the last 2 years, and the costs have moved up and the median salary has moved downwards also. For about 99, for which I've seen the latest scenario filing, right? So where does MAHE stand in terms of making it affordable so that every student can aspire to be a part of MAHE if they're meritorious?
Okay. For me, quality and affordability are not two opposite words. They are the same pillars of my foundation. And that is what our founder also believed in. These are the two pillars which has to support you. Yes, if you have to have quality, you need to improve infrastructure, you have to have newer labs, you have to keep your up to date by having all the instruments, technologies, it costs. So naturally, the burden will be on, unlike the foreign university, the burden will be on the student. This equity is not only in higher education. Everywhere in India, this is a problem of equity. Whether it is elementary education, primary education, even healthcare delivery system. Quality healthcare, affordable healthcare to each and everyone is India is too far behind. So it is reflected in even in the higher education. Yes, and what is the solution? I think as a university, we have got a social responsibility. For us, merit is very important. No student who has merit, just because he is not able to pay the fees, will be sent back from MAHE. That's my promise. You take medicine or dental. If you are within top 5,000, top 10,000, you don't have to pay your fees. And if you are top 50,000 in dental, you need not pay the fees. In MET, which we conduct for technology, if you are within 100 rank, you don't pay the fees. Now here, it is not only meritorious, economically backward student, but also attract the talents. Whether it is not looking at his economic status, that is important for the university. So that we do justice for meritorious student, definitely do justice for. We have started a new program with Harisha Bina Shah Foundation with MAHE together. We are supporting around 40 students for technology who have passed out from a government school and who have appeared for MAT. This is a big, and almost 40 to 50 students join MAT from the government colleges to MIT, from the government colleges. Girl students, meritorious girl students have a lot of opportunities to have, because we have to finally give back to the society. We have a lot of academic colleges here, academic institutions. Those who have studied these in academic institutions will have a definite amount of fee reduction in this. And also our alumni. Children of our alumni will get fee concession. So we have the ecosystem, but finally the balance has to be the quality needs infrastructure and the developments which have got recently. But we have, after all, we are a not-for-profit organization.
Sir, you have opened a Bangalore campus which is doing extremely well, has a lot of intake also as a seed at this point in time. Then you have Jamshedpur, you have Bangalore and all. Earlier you talked of Manipal Globalite or some such thing, right? And there is something called a Manipal quality is what you are actually inferring in a certain sense, that every student who is passing from MAHE, whatever the campus would be, the quality of that education will be similar. What is non-negotiable for you when you deal with these 5 campuses? Is it faculty? Is it student? It's quality of student, quality of infra? What is it that is non-negotiable for you?
First, I'll tell you how we will keep these campuses together in the same way. One is we have academic council, we have an executive council, we have the board of governors, academic administrative council. All these councils, we have all the representatives from all campuses. Every month, one or the other meeting, either academic council or executive council occurs, where all of us come together and we discuss. Every program, the curriculum is same across the campuses. There may be some tweaking in depending upon the subject. Next, design of how we give the faculty exchange between the two colleges, 2 campuses, which frequently occurs. And digitalization, which is across the same. They use SLCM 2.0, the LMS, which is available across the campuses. So we will not differentiate in that. Now, geographical influence is always there on the campuses. As you said, Bangalore campus, we have a beautiful modern campus. If you look at Manipal, it's a heritage campus, which is, so that geographical difference will always be there, that might attract different types of students across them. Non-negotiable, as you said, is the quality of the faculty. It's not negotiable to us. And the leadership which we provide, governance which we provide across this thing is non-negotiable. And finally, our evaluation method. It's the same across all these. These are 3 non-negotiable things, which will definitely make all the campuses equal.
So, students and parents typically judge a university these days by the placements that they offer, the kind of companies that offer placement, the median salary, the placement percentage and all. But obviously, universities have a larger responsibility than just talking of placements, placement being very, very important and maybe the most important thing that you would be judged on. What are the 3 outcomes that you would want a student who actually walked into MAHE to go out with? 3 attributes, 3 qualities, 3 outcomes, whatever you call it, which you would want every MAHE student to be going out with?
Yeah, placement and median salary, I will say that yes, it may be a benchmark. Judging a university solely based on this, I do not agree with that. For me, yes, we will respect that because we are a very diverse. The placements in different, like in humanities, in medical, in dental, in pharmacy, these are all very diverse institutes. For me, what is important is if I can create a graduate who is not a job seeker, who is a career builder, and at the end becomes a job provider. And that means the university has created something. If I can create not a follower, but a thinker, I think I have done justice as a university. And I want to create a lifelong learner who comes out of it and comes back to his alma mater to reskill and upskill what has happened, what's happening now. I think if these 3 things I do it, I think I have created the graduate from Manipal is what is global Manipal.
I think that's a good ambition, sir. Even if you have 2% people who are job creators and not job seekers, then the 2% will take another 48, 98%.
Yes.
That's a perfect ambition. And I think you must start judging yourself on that, sir.
Yes.
Like Btech360 has started doing that just to put things in context. Even IT Delhi does that, where they talk of how many people have come out and started something over there.
Yes, exactly.
And they come back to the campus also to start hiring also. So I think it's a good measure for you to start working on. So now it's a personal journey that I'm talking about, which is your own journey. You joined MAHE in 1988 as an assistant lecturer in orthopedics, and now lead the institution as Vice Chancellor. There's also a personal question, right? Goes from a clinician and teacher to dean to Vice Chancellor. What has MAHE given you over 40 years? What have you learned from it? And how do you look at this journey?
I have always done justice to my work. To begin with, I was a small orthopedic surgeon, spending time in the operation theatre most of the time. And yes, as a clinician, it taught me how to listen, how to be a good listener. And it taught me how to be patient. It taught me how to be empathetic, how to be compassionate. And as a teacher, again, it taught me patience because I deal with different level of students. As a researcher, it taught me be curious throughout your journey. That's important. And be a lifelong learner. Otherwise, you'll get uneducated very fast. Then I came from a clinician's role. Then I became associate dean of KMC. Then I became dean of KMC. Then I realized that academic excellence also needs a lot of organization skills. So, finance matters, budgeting, all those things. Along with that, aspirations of individual departments are entirely different. So, that perspective I was able to understand when I became dean. Then I became Pro-Vice Chancellor of Health Science. The greatest thing I learned was how to break silos. Inside the health science, we have dental college, we have medical college, we have life science, we have public health, we have a pharmacy, nursing, and some highly research oriented with Ayush. And I saw to it that I could make them get together and do research, collaborate, created some research clusters for them to work together, and also academically work together and grow together. I think every step of my journey has taught me something which will help me to manage university in the future.
Sir, you've been largely a health sciences professional in a certain sense, clinician, and then everything to do with health sciences. Now, MAHE is a large multidisciplinary university. As a health sciences professional, you would understand decisiveness, precision, and those kind of attributes and traits. And as a multidisciplinary university, you actually have to deal with many other things also. So how do you see yourself transcending from that side to this side and making it work for the entire university?
But the principles may not change much. Precision, speed, and teamwork will help any institute, whether any vertical. Okay, and these three things, as you said, precision, speed, and teamwork, is the one which will make you move from slow organic growth into a growth which is much faster. It can be applied to any system for that matter. Yes, teamwork. As an orthopedic surgeon, I cannot survive without teamwork. And today's world is for teamwork. Whichever branch you take, you need to have a teamwork to be successful. I think that is common in and collaborative research. It was health science before, now it is two more different verticals of management, law, humanities, and technology.
So, what is your take on this universities being research universities versus teaching universities being to skilling universities? So, what is your take? Because a lot of people are trying to separate all these three and say I am this and I'm not this and those kind of things. Especially a lot of skilling institutions that have come up of late are saying that I'm only skilling for a job and nothing more. So what is your take as a MAHE Vice Chancellor?
I think you have to have a holistic development for a student. It is not only academic, it has to be research, and not only curricular activities, it has to be co-curricular and extracurricular. If you see at MAHE, we have world-class sporting facilities. Why did we do that? We got a holistic development of a student. We provide all the facilities for the sports, extracurricular, if it is cultural activities, music, arts, dance, you have this ecosystem. And students as a student, if he's got a hobby, or if he's good in something, if I am not developing that, I'm not doing justice to that student. It is not just giving him the knowledge, the branch which has come, that's important. But for me, if a student at the age of 18 years joins Manipal Institute, what has happened to him? In 4 years of time, he will be mature professional. He will be mature as an individual. He will move from adolescent to an adult. He is learning to be independent. My contribution is necessary in all of these to make him a successful professional later, which he will remember throughout his life. He may not remember the classroom where he studied, but he'll remember the marina machine where he is working out every day.
So, last question for you. It's a very personal question. Whenever such a huge opportunity is a responsibility, but it's also a huge opportunity to actually impact and change the country, society, and the world also. When you go through this journey for the next 3-5 years as the Vice Chancellor of MAHE, what is that one big transformation that you think you would want to be really working hard on, and how do you want to be remembered once you finish this journey?
My aim is to do three things. Take collaborative research to a different level, looking at our diverse university. Take student experience in the campus to a different level. And third most important thing is empower my faculty without burdening them too much. And if I could do these three things, I think the result will show where MAHE will be.
So that brings us to the end of our conversation with Dr. Sharath Rao, the Vice Chancellor of MAHE. Now, before we wrap up, here's a quick look at certain numbers of Manipal's MAHE campus. It currently ranks on the 59th position in the engineering category under the NIRF ranking 2025. On the placement front, the 2025 passing out batch recorded a placement rate of 86% with an average salary of 12.31 LPA. So that was a quick snapshot of MAHE, a campus that brings together academics, research, and genuine international opportunity. If you found the conversation interesting, then do like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.